Hello YouTuber, welcome back. This is Ginkgo and this is the second part, continuing from the first one. So, the part one we talked about all these basic mechanics, how to fight and all that, and we left off the second poster and we're heading to the third one I believe. And this is the third one that I'm gonna put the poster, but I just want to get rid of the zombies around it so I don't get hit while I'm doing it. And then after this one, there is another side quest if you go north of this. So instead of going directly to the next poster, I recommend you to go to the north and you can pause and look at it where I'm heading. It's one of the abandoned house. And here's another quest that you got that you can complete it over here. And again, usually there are zombies around here. So I threw the grenade or deal bomb. I actually used the incendiary grenade that I got it for free from the warehouse. Trying to get rid of those. And then put the deal bomb. Deal bomb is really great because as you can, if you play this game, you kind of realize that there is a damage when you click it. You can see the Molotov damage is about 400. Incendiary grenade is 1000, something like that, and the deal bomb and grenade is 5000. So deal bomb and grenade are most powerful ones that you can throw. I mean, as the zombies or thong or this infected getting higher level, as you level up, they don't die by Molotov. If you throw Molotov, they just walk right through the fire and running at you. So I recommend you to use the deal bomb. You just need a deodorant. It's easy to make. You just need a duct tape and deodorants, and you can easily buy those from the shop. Wouldn't you like, when you access the shop to buy some stuff or sell your items, there is the ingredients you can buy at the bottom, and looks they refresh it every time when you do the main quest. I mean, they have the same stuff selling, but if you wanna change the list of the item they're selling, just do the main quest, and then when you like go through the cutscene or anything, they will change the inventory. So uh, check it every time when you stop by the shop, and then if you find the ones that you need, just buy because the money is so easy in this game. What I'm saying is that you can easily get so much money, and there aren't you don't have any place to spend money on. So, and then when you die, you lose 10% or whatever the money you have. So, why not just spend and then buy the ingredients that you need to make your mode, or depends on what kind of mode you like. If you play the Zambi, you probably need the ingredients for the impact lightning magic one. I recommend the magic one and Tesla, the ingredients. And bleeding, you need a soul disc X mode or razor or glaze. If you find all these ingredients, buy them and stack them a lot. So and then if you play the Chinese girl or Pruna, that if you prefer using the sharp weapons like machetes or that, you have two choices. Either you go for the electricity stun or the poison stun. By the way, this is another side quest you can get. Once you get out of the abandoned house, it's like just a little north of the area, and you have to watch out. Soon as you enter, those two guys running at you, and I don't know you have fought them before or not, but you know those the punks, the human mob do not have do not have the pistol on them, and like, the ones that have a pistol, they just like hide in the corner and shoot at you. They're not that very dangerous, but those ones that have a melee weapon and running at you, you have to kill them before they come like closer to you, because once they're close, every kick you do or every slash you do with your melee weapon, they dodge and they can easily kill you. So the key is that before they come closer to you, you have to shoot them down. That's the best way you can kill them. And besides, after that, they're not anymore. I mean, there is one after you opening the locked door, but easily you can just shoot it down with a pistol. So pretty simple, straightforward. And if any of those side quests I'm running at, and if I don't show you in the map, you just try to rewind or pause and go back, and you can rewatch it. I mean, that's the great thing of that's why it's so great watching YouTube, isn't it? Because you can rewind and watch it over and over. What I'm trying to do is because pistol and the rifle they drop equals money, because they are more expensive than any weapon you can pick up. So trying to get all the pistol expensive one. There is a one dude running at you, but you can shoot it and then he goes down. Very easy. And then I mean try to aim for their head, and then they're so stupid that like they even like peek their head out of the corner. And it's almost like, come on and shoot my head, so you can easily shoot their head, and it's usually just one or two shot. So I tend to pick up, like loot everything and open everything, but while I'm recording this, I try not to do that, but it's like a habit that I cannot resist. If I see the gear mark, and I just click it. And like when you play, try to loot everything, because later on, like, oh, you want to do some mode on your weapon and you don't have ingredients, and you just ended up running around or trying to get it, rather than you have it enough that you can just do it right away and upgrade them. And if anyone interested, I will make another video about weapon mode, and there is actually a level between them. For example, the sharp weapon poison, paralyze is level 1, level 2 is a venom, toxic is level 3, and level 4 is the death stalker. And as it get higher, level 1, 2, 3, you don't see any difference, but you need more valuable ingredients, and they tend to crit a lot. What I'm saying is crit is that critical hit a lot, so those like a poison effect will comes out. I mean, it happens. The higher the level is, it happens a lot, and then the effect is longer. For example, like the Senbi, the electricity is level 1 is impact, level 2 is a lightning, level 3 is a magic one, level 4 is Tesla. If you use a Tesla, that tends to fly so much far away than magic one. and uh, more you fly them like away, and the more they get damaged, so that's better. But there's also requirements like Tesla you can only do in the sledgehammer, which is two hand, and one hand you can pretty much just do like a magic one. So I will go into more depth about the weapon modification and what level they are, and then the recommendation and what really what is good for them. Like for example, like the venom poison the you can use in the blade. It's great for the thong and butcher and uh yeah, because when you hit them and then when you get the critical hit, they start vomiting because they get poisoned. But it doesn't work on the floater because floater, when you can see that he's using the poison, so he's poison immune. And those zombies with the green cloud, they're also poison, so they're immune to that too. And like if you're using the fire one, those the ones that has already on fire, of course you're not gonna get on fire. So there's some mobs, some boss are immune to whatever, which is like no more normally the poison. The floater is immune to the poison, so he will not get poison at all. That's the last poster, but before you head out to the church, there's a one quest that you got from the Nikolai from the Act 1, looking for the satellite phone in the restaurant. It's just the north up there, so I'm gonna stop by that place. And then there's two more side quests on the along the way, and trying to grab them before I head out to church. So basically running a loop, long loop that like going south, west, and going up to the north and gather all these side quests. So you can just finish all the side quests in one run. And as you can see, uh, after I done the part one, I was going through the YouTube and the forums in Steam, and people keep mentioning the city is difficult. Act one is easy. I know there is a the difficulty changes, and Act one is pretty easy. There are not many zombies around, and very easy and straightforward. Act 2 is you run around a lot and every corner there are like pack of zombies. But they're not that hard. See, there are zombies in a pack and you can just kill them. If you run around, you lure them more and more. I mean, you want to do that if you have a Fury on, but besides, if you're playing alone and you want to be like safe, you don't want to die, then you don't want to run around a lot. And you just kill small number of zombies in that area and then move on to the next one. And if you watch the part one, I explain about the mechanics and kicking and all that. If you use them, you hardly get hit and you can kill them easily. So I mean, it's not that hard. So city, I mean, people say it's really hard. Once I first came here, when I was like first character, this is a fifth one by the way, but when I first time ever played and then entered the X2, I felt the same way. It's wow, it's so hard and zombies everywhere and they keep coming at you and you getting hit and you ended up swamped by zombie and die. But later on, it gets so easy. Actually, you you know where the zombies are and you know where there is a place that is not many zombies. You can go around without even like killing any and run around the city. Uh, so and then oh okay, right next to the police station, these two ask you to just bring the his last will before he dies to the church. Easy quest. You can just pick it up and go to church and you get the money and the experience. And so close to the church but before you go to the church, stop by the place that I'm marking right now. There's a dude underneath the car you need to save. He doesn't give you much, but I think he gives you money. It's always good to do that. Uh, After all, I'm making this guide video to show you the quest. And people might wonder, there is a gun store in the city that is kind of locked and you cannot get to, and you can see through the window there is a guns and all that. Uh, you can actually enter that area until you did Act 3. The part that it's kind of spoiler, but later on when after the laboratory, you need to get some supply for the Moen's boat, and you come back to the city again. And that's when you go to that gun store, there's an NPC out there and ask you to go inside the gun store, and unless you progress that much, the story, main story, you can't access that gun store. So just never mind at this moment because you just got to the city. So hold on to that later on. I will make a video out of it. See, like a pack of zombies, but there's a suicider, so I'm gonna take care of the suicider first and then deal with the zombies later, or not. I stopped by here to just sell the pistol and make the room in my inventory. I was gonna edit this, but you know, it's just not gonna take that. It takes like 10 seconds, so you know. And my Vegas is not that good. I mean, every time I click, it freaking goes not responding, and really it takes like it poses for 10 seconds. So it's very hard to edit and time consuming. So I try to record the best condition as how I want it and try not to edit so much. Excuse me. So pretty much you run around the circle and then you did a lot of quests and heading back to the church now. So I go to church and return the quest that I done, and then teleport to the warehouse and return, and the square if I have any. See, like with zombies, but you can just run through them. When I first came with the first, like when I first came to the city, like how I played was I wasn't good at like mechanics and how to fight like a pack of zombies. So how I play was basically run around. Like you could also not kill any zombies and just you just mark it in the map to the quest area and then you just run towards that area and then just do the quest, and then you mark to the next area and you just run all the way there. And there's another way you can do this, like run around not killing zombies, because eventually they stop following you except the infected one, you know, the fast one, they will follow you, but you know there's only one or two if you run faster. So you ended up just killing one or two infected and all the walkers stop following you. So that's one way to do it. There's a glitch. We'll mention it later on. The Bruno guy, asks you to. The quest name is the Fortress of God, and asks you to go to the pump station, gather the tool. But see, I haven't even done the main story, so he won't give me the quest. He won't give me the quest, so I cannot even complete it. So I have to do the pump station first, and then do that. And then there's also glitch, I think, that after you've done the pump station main story quest and you do the Bruno and you try to complete the quest, and he won't accept because you need to progress. I think you have to go to the supermarket, to sewer, to supermarket, and when you come to the church, he will. Then you can complete that quest, Fortress of God. So I will explain more because every time I play, that's what happened. I'm not sure it happens to other people, but that's what happened to when I do it. So again, if you interested about the weapon modification and the levers that they, uh, like, I can briefly talk about like weapons lever, which is Venom is paralyzed. Level 1, level 2 is a Venom, level 3 is toxic, level 4 is Deathstalker, and electric shock on sharp weapon is shock is level 1, high voltage is level 2, short circuit is level 3, level 4 is all smoky. Um, I will explain those later if I have time. I make a video out of it and what's the difference between those, and so I mean if you guys are interested. So I pretty much did most of my quests, everything except the spy game, which you cannot do until Act 3. So I'm just gonna go and do the main quest now. Because I've done all the side quests, except the ones that like finding the daughter's picture is in. I can do it on the way after I done the pump station. So I'm heading to the pump station to do the main quest, main story quest. And the reason I'm using this weapon is there is achievement that you have to kill zombies using the fire modification weapon, and I was like, well, I'm recording this, and and why not? While I'm recording this and doing it, why not just use it and get the achievement? So as you can see, I'm actually hitting them more with a stick rather than stomping their head because I wanna get killed by this weapon, so I get the achievement. So instead of stomping, I mean, I was out of stamina, that's why I used a stomp. But instead of stomping, I kind of tends to hit them a lot with this stick on here. See, every time when you stomp or loot, I tend to look to the side a lot, and I'm checking my achievement and how many I've done, how many I have to go. And if you do those challenges, they will actually give you the experience. So if you do the achievement, they're not giving you any like experience, but like it will give you achievement. But when you do the challenge, they will actually reward you with the experience. So it's a good way to do it. They're not a lot. They're like 1,500. But by the way, FYI, I hate fire modification weapon because you set them on fire and you get damage on that fire. But I had to use it to get the achievement. So like I said, when you loot items of money or stomping them, your screen is on the ground. Watch out for the sound and look up once a while because they're gonna be like right at you. I mean, I most of the time I know that they're coming because I have the headset on every time I play, and I can hear them walking towards me. And I mentioned about the Fury thing in part one. So if you're wondering about Fury and then what those times one times two is about, watch the part one. And I can stop mentioning. Try to use Fury as much as possible, as many times as possible, because that will give you a lot more experience. You level up faster. I can give you one example. It's actually happened to me. I was playing with my friends and I was level 45. Then my friend was like 30 something. And my character crashed and then I could not log in with that character anymore. So I have to restart like from the beginning, like a fresh start. And he was already like 40 something. And then I was like 30 something. And then, but I used so much, like I used Fury a lot more than he did, and I kept using Fury every time it was on, and I got so much experience. Later on, that like it was like, oh, he was 48, I was 48, 7, and when he got 49, I was like 48. When he got 50, I was 49, so close to 50. So I closed those gaps and then I caught up a lot. That's how much the experience you get out of Fury. So you level up a lot faster. So try to use Fury as many as possible. So that's the downside of the fire. It hits you. Okay, this is the second part. I wanna make it longer, but it takes so much space on my hard drive and I have to kind of cut it down to pieces. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this helped. Hope to see you in the next part.